Hello, Collective. Welcome to the Power of Three. Welcome back. If you're returning, this is a haunted story reading. I try to do one once a month. It is a story for us here, but it will be based on something true for somebody somewhere. And unless by chance you've heard of such events that come out of these readings and you want to leave a comment, that's fine. You can go ahead and do that. So, this particular one, as you see in the comments, or not in the comments, in the title, it's Kiss of Death. So there is a storyline that has come through before we even start. I haven't pulled anything yet. Um, what that means is, and what the story seems to be about, is a curse that was put on a bloodline a very, very long time ago so that love would never work out for them. So it started out as um, some sort of revenge act. However, over the, you know, centuries and whatnot, as the bloodline is, changed and altered as it always does, right? Um, it continues to happen. Now, I don't mean that anything. It's what happens to the character that's related to this bloodline. Um, what happens is they fall in love, but they never can keep it for whatever reason. So maybe back in the day it was a lot more dramatic, in the sense that they might have actually just unexplainably had horrible kind of things happen to them because of this curse, because it was like black magic, right? So, but now over the centuries and time has altered it. But what happens is I feel like this bloodline, whoever it's connected to, they fall in love and then their person just dies really early, or just, tragically, or um, however that works out, um, where it just feels to them like, because they probably know a little bit of the history behind them, and that one knew history behind them, and it's like, why does this always happen to us? So we'll see what comes out as a haunted story reading based on that. Remember to hit the like button if you enjoy the haunted story readings. They're just for entertainment. And so here we go. We'll ask Jesus to give us a starting card for our haunted story reading. I thought that sounded funny. Oh my God, I hate these things. Wow. All right, what do we get? I am with you always, even unto the end of the world. Okay, which is true. But I feel like for our storyline, uh, this curse is meant to be with this bloodline to the end of the world. Doesn't mean it will be, especially if one of the generations, possibly this generation, picks up on that or finds out something about the initial start of this curse. So this is the Shadow and Light Oracle we're going to use for the overall energy for our haunted story reading. It's March 2025. It is the Kiss of Death, so we will just call it what the title is, the Kiss of Death Curse for a bloodline. Give us the overall energy of, let's ask who and why did this. That was quick. Fairy of the Divine Hand. Intoxication, distorted view, overindulgence. So whoever put this curse on, I feel, um, felt that they had a love stolen from this bloodline. And I feel like it's part of the curse. They either have their person drink themselves to death, be not of sound mind, or overindulge in any and everything. Anything to distract from putting forth their best effort in a relationship to destroy it. So it's been different things throughout time, but the same outcome. So the supporting energy is coming out of the Tarot de la Nute. It's a tarot deck, but we're getting a card out of it for the supporting energy. And we will still kind of ask about the energy that placed this curse on this bloodline. That was quick. Ace of Wands. Makes sense, right? Yeah. Fairy of the Divine Hand. I felt like she obviously felt like she had the right to do that, and because it wasn't fair. Whatever happened, it probably felt very, very heartbreakingly cruel in her mind, but maybe her mind is distorted or was distorted. It was way, 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 way back. And she holds the key to unlock this curse. All right. So for the main spread, we're using the Supernatural Join the Hunt. So let's ask now about this generation and how it's affecting this generation, this curse, this kiss of death curse. So how does it relate to the bloodline? Because as soon as that bloodline falls in love with somebody, it's like the curse takes over and something happens to the partner. They either, maybe back in the day when they were all farmers, maybe their crops never worked out and it drives their partner away from them. It's always something, okay? It's not meant to be just one thing. So let's see how it's affecting this generation now. Whoever's out there that's affected, that's related to this bloodline. Page of Cups. I feel it's affecting this bloodline in this generation by never, ever getting even off the ground at this point. I feel like they put themselves out there in a friendly manner, but like she looks really, really like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. Like, her outfit's not right. She's misplaced. You don't go out to a bar really dressed like she is. Knight of Cups. So people do show them interest. Look at this. So you got the Knight of Cups and the Page of Cups. So the Knight is older than the Page. It's like she's in a bar and she's too young to be in there. It's like a desperation to find love. One more for a haunted story reading. Yeah. A desperation to find someone that will marry them. But as you can see with the sickle there, it never seems to happen because this is what they see. So it never shows up. Let's see what's at the bottom. Three of Pentacles. I feel like this is like mixing up the bloodline. It's still very much affecting the bloodline. But again, it's so vast. This curse has been so vast on this bloodline that, like I say, some people do find somebody and they get married, but they're killed in a car accident, or they fell under the tractor, or they drank themselves to death, or they hung themselves in the barn, or they, like, unexplainably, where it's just like, what the heck? You know what I mean? Like, it's just been, and now I feel like you've got this urgent desperation of this generation to find somebody and get married, even if they have to do it before they're even ready, before they're even at the right age. This is the Stranger Things Tarot. Let's use this to clarify. Why is the Page of Cups here for a haunted story reading? Five of Wands. This is being conflict, right? So you can have conflict with others, or it can all be within, conflicted. Maybe people feel this way when they turn the light on and they see it's like an aura that they see around this bloodline that steers them away. And it makes the bloodline that much more desperate. It's like this burning desire within to get married and have somebody, want them, love them, stay with them. But they don't even, I don't even think they realize it's all subconscious. Because it's just been a driving force through years and years and years. And, I think it's on females. Absolutely. Knight of Cups. Let's see what comes out under the Knight of Cups. That's not it. The Seven of Cups. This is coming in under the Knight of Cups. So it would be very overwhelming to have that many scoops of ice cream to eat, but it'd be pretty awesome if you could eat it quick enough and you liked every flavor that was on there. That's coming in under this. See, that's this guy here. This Knight of Cups is like 7 delicious scoops, and it's very overwhelming because they're underage. They're underage. I think they're hiding that. Let's see what comes in under the Hierophant. the sun. See, like I said, it's like an aura around the person, a sense of desperation that this is ultimately what they're looking for immediately off the bat. And it steers people away, which causes more desperation. When it becomes clear to the people they meet what they want. The Eight of... See, this might be the Seven of Pentacles under here, which is still fine. This is the Cups. This is the Eight of Cups, the bottom of the deck. Like I said, this generation is having a hard time getting people to want them in the right way and not use them. This is the past life deck to extra clarify. So let's see what comes out. And I'm going to remind you, it is a little difficult to see because it's I don't even know how to describe it. It's like a dark colored deck to begin with, and then it's got that rainbowy shimmer to it, so sometimes it's hard to see, even for me. You be good, guys. All right, let's extra clarify. Fairy of the Divine Hand with Ace of Wands. Vows. See? And it's funny because there's two, so I feel like that's like a, again, generational thing, but it's a curse that was put on them so that their marriages will never work. Sometimes they can't even get there, and if they do, it won't work out. Okay, Five of Wands under the Page of Cups. Asia. The person could be from Asia, or it could have originated from there. Seven of Pentacles under the Knight of Cups. Woo. Knighthood and Egypt in reverse. So yeah, like this bloodline goes for older people. And it's funny because it's the Knight of Cups and we have knighthood here with Egypt. So very dashing, very, handsome, charismatic, romantic. But this energy might be addicted to that as well. So although this bloodline is trying to draw in husband material, they go for older men so that they are ready for that, wanting a younger person. Okay, it's a sense of desperation for sure. I will say that it's not really haunted, but it's definitely sad because a lot of people will never ever figure out that that's what's going on, or they wouldn't. And hopefully, it doesn't seem like this person is either. Love life. Look at this, clarifying the Sun under the Hierophant. Love life. This curse was meant to doom that bloodline's love life. So whoever way back in the day, whether it was in Asia, doesn't matter where it was, but somebody was in love and their love was taken by somebody, and that somebody's bloodline was cursed for a very long time now. And it doesn't seem to be getting any better. Medicine man or woman. See, that's just confirming that. I'm not saying that medicine men and women do that, but it's just kind of confirming that our supporting energy made sure that they cursed any marriages in the future till the end of time, till the end of, like, not for the next 100 years or whatever. It's like forever, which is sad. I'm sure it could be broken if it could be figured out, but well, I don't think our bloodline has ever done that, unfortunately. And again, I hope you're not disappointed. This is not really haunted, but it is sad. And maybe a lot of people feel that way about their you can maybe sitting there saying, yep, I'm separated, my mom got separated, my mom and dad, you know what I mean? And it's like, but then not everybody in my family has, and my grandparents didn't. So it's not, sometimes we feel like we're cursed, but this is definitely, like, I think if this family was paying attention and they look back on it, they could probably connect the dots and do the math. So we're going to use the love and light to close this haunted, not so haunted story reading out for March 2025. And, just give some advice to the bloodline that's out there somewhere. Okay, dropping like flies here. A happy home. That is so weird in a funny way, right? Like, seriously. But absolutely the perfect closing message for this bloodline. So maybe this will help break it. Let's see what it says. My people will live in safety, quietly at home. They will be at rest. That's Isaiah 32:18. That is absolutely infinitely heavenly. Like, I don't even know what to say about this closer, because it's like, I'm thinking, as I'm closing out, I'm thinking this isn't very haunted, but like I said, this is true for somebody somewhere. So if this energy is out there now helping to break that curse, then hey, spread this message. People watch it. It's an interesting story. It's not very haunted, but it is, in a sense, to know that things can happen like that and affect people down the line for such a long time. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed this haunted story reading, and all it takes is hitting the like button. Make sure you're subscribed. Everything is free here, and I thank you so much for your time and your support. Till I see you guys again for whatever's up next, I have no idea. I hope you take care of yourself. Bye for now.